Hey everyone, welcome to week 5. I just wanted to apologize first for not getting one of these videos up last week. It was kind of a difficult week for me to get it up there. But and the second thing I'd like to apologize for is that it's Wednesday already of this week, and I'm just getting to this now. So I'm gonna make a goal to get these up on Monday, moving forward. So yeah, we're in week 5 here. It's Wednesday the 17th. So this evening, if you haven't already submitted the final draft of your first essay for this class, please make sure you do so. When you click on the assignment, this is where you'll go ahead and submit the assignment. Please make sure it's either it's a Word document. If you're using Google Docs, just save it as a Word document. And don't stress if the formatting gets a little funny when you do that. It's okay. Maybe just put a note in the comment that you used Google Docs and the formatting changed, because I know that happens sometimes. Yes, so okay, you are submitting that assignment. Let's move that out of the way. So that's due by tonight. Great. Other things this week. So we're talking really specifically now about MLA. MLA is the Modern Language Association. They are a group of academic professionals, mostly higher ed folks, and it's a guide, or it's a formatting guide. So MLA tells students and anyone in higher ed, faculty, how to format papers in the humanities, in the discipline of the humanities. I will briefly say that, if you take other classes like history, sociology, psychology, they don't use MLA. Okay, so MLA is really for humanities courses. So you're going to go through that stuff today, this week, sorry. Move through these items, familiarize yourself with the formatting, and send me any questions that you may have. Also this week, you're starting to think about the second essay, right? So the second paper here, prompt, is looking at cultural legacies and beliefs. Do you think that they play a part in achieving success? If yes, how? And if not, then why not? Why do cultural legacies and beliefs not affect one's ability to be successful? So you're reading 2 chapters in relation to this: rice paddies and math tests, and then Marita's bargain. And so as the sort of furthering explanation here says, you want to first share, of course, what Gladwell says, right? So keep in mind the book They Say, I Say. We, in academic writing, 99% of the time, we start with what they say, right? Whoever they is. It could be an individual, it's Malcolm Gladwell, it could be a whole committee, it could be multiple people, different presentations or publications, etc. So, but what did these other folks say? We start with that. Then you share what you have to say, right? So that's the I say part. Do try to use the templates in the book. I saw some of that happening in the rough drafts of Essay 1. Continue to use those templates from They Say, I Say in all the papers for this class and beyond, because it's not just an English class thing. It's really all of academic writing follows those conventions. So first you're going to share, what does Gladwell say? Does he think that cultural legacies and beliefs play a part in achieving success? Yes, he does. So expand on that, right, for your reader. What does he say? And then what do you say? Do you think that cultural legacies affect our ability to succeed? And the follow-up here, the more specific part, is to support your view by identifying one cultural legacy or belief that either helps or hinders our ability to be successful. So this notion of our, right? I use this pronoun here, our or our. The cultural belief or legacy that you choose, it could be something in the U.S., right? Just broadly speaking, like what are some cultural traditions or values or beliefs in the U.S., in U.S. culture, which is huge, right? U.S. culture is, contains dozens of subcultures, right? So you could look at a specific subculture. Maybe it's this, a subculture that of which you identify. Or you could look outside the United States, right? I know we've got a number of students here who, are from other places around the world. So you can choose a culture from, from a different part of the world. It needn't be in the United States. Okay, so in terms of length, 3 pages. Again, you're going to follow these MLA guidelines. And as far as the due date, so this Sunday, you're submitting just the introduction paragraph, okay? Just the introduction. It's graded, and you will get feedback from me. So in that introduction, I want to see a hook, some development, which introduces the topic and cites Gladwell, and a thesis statement as the last sentence, right? That's the structure. We're still working with that structure of the introduction. By Monday evening, you're uploading a full draft, and I'll show you that assignment in a minute. It should be as complete and full a rough draft as possible. The purpose is to do peer review, okay? And we're going to talk about peer review in just a moment. And then the final draft, after you get feedback and it's revised, etc., is due March 7th, okay? So let's keep going here. Okay, there's a quiz and then a graded discussion. Great. So this is where you upload just the intro, not the whole draft, okay? You're writing the whole draft because you have to share it for the peer review, but the only thing you're submitting to me by Sunday evening is the introduction paragraph. Now, when we look to next week, here's that rough draft for peer review, okay? And again, you can see it's due February 22nd by 11:59 p.m., okay? So peer review is a process very, very common in virtually all first-year writing classes, and it's a process in which two students review each other's work, okay? So it's a peer review. Who's doing the reviewing? Not the instructor, right? Not me, but peers, okay? Classmates. So what's going to happen is you're going to upload, this is where you'll upload it. Again, please make sure it's a .doc or a .docx file so that everyone can, and if you are using Google Docs, when you get this file from your classmate, Canvas is going to automatically randomly assign you with someone. You can open it in Google Docs, right? If it's something else, you might not be able to open it. At any rate, by Monday night, you're going to submit it. And then Canvas will go ahead and automatically assign people to have someone else read their paper. So you're going to have someone's paper assigned to you, and you're going to read it and comment on it. And then someone else is going to get your paper, and they're going to do the same thing. Okay, so there's some couple links here about how to access the papers. Please, take a look at any one of these. They're all essentially saying the same thing, just in different ways. This talks a little bit about what peer review is, and here are the actual directions, right? So it says copy and paste the questions below. So here are the 7 questions, right? So you're gonna, copy, okay, you can highlight, and then you can do, I don't know if you know the shortcuts, Control-C to copy, open up a Word doc or a Google Doc and paste, okay? And that's where you're gonna answer the questions in that Google or Word document, okay? Answer them in some detail. We don't need pages and pages. There's 7 questions to answer. Some are a little more straightforward than others. Like the first one, just what's the thesis statement? So look to the introduction paragraph. It should be the last sentence. If it's not the last sentence, okay. But you're just gonna write it down, what the person's thesis statement is. And then explain, why do you think it's the thesis? What other qualities does it have? Thinking back to, gosh, week 1, week 2, right? What makes a strong thesis statement? So again, some of these, could be a little longer, but you don't spend hours and hours writing responses. I would say a couple sentences is probably adequate for each, okay? When you're done then, so you're working in Word or Google Docs. When you're done, you're going to save that file and you'll attach it in the comment area. So when Canvas assigns you a partner, a peer review partner, you'll go there, you'll see their paper. There'll be that little box, just like I do with you all in your assignments, a little submission box, a comment box on the right side of the screen. That you'll be able to upload a file. You see a little paperclip. It'll be a little paperclip icon. You click that, and you'll be able to upload your your Word document. Because again, even if you're using Google Docs, save it as a Word doc. Okay, and that'll have your 7 answers to the questions. And same thing, then you'll be getting the same thing back from whoever was partnered up with you. They will read your paper, they will copy and paste these 7 questions into a document, they'll answer them, and they'll upload it. So you're getting peer feedback through the peer review process, right? It is worth 10 points. You have to complete both parts. You got to upload the draft and complete the questions to get the full 10 points, okay? So I'll be able to go in and see who's completed it to earn the points. So that's the peer review. And again, that you want to upload. You can upload it before Monday night. Today's Wednesday. You've got several days, but at the latest, you want to get it is Monday evening, because then that gives your partner, whoever they are, time to read it and complete the assignment, right? All right. So, and that's basically it for next week. You're reading Marita's bargain, right? The rough draft is due. Just talked about that. You also will, by then, everyone should have received a grade from me on essay 1. Well, I say received, but really, students earn the grades, right? I confer the grade. So you'll have gotten a grade, and you will be able to rewrite it if you got less than a C, or excuse me, less than a B. So if you got a C or lower, and if you got a D or lower, I encourage you strongly to revise. I don't know that that's going to be the case, but I just will put that out there. And along with it, you have to include a cover letter that explains the changes you made and why. So that's a reflective piece. That's part of every revision in this class. If you're revising a paper, you're also writing me a cover letter explaining what you did and why. That's where the learning happens. And you can see, yeah, next week, no quiz, no discussion board, because the main thing is I really want everyone to focus on these rough drafts of essay 2. Okay. So that's this week. That's next week. Email me if you have questions. I do have office hours on Friday left this week, 10 to 12. Pop in if you want, and I hope everyone's doing well. I think we're supposed to get some more snow in Philly tomorrow, so be safe out there. Stay warm. If you're out on the roads, or walking on those sidewalks, just be careful. And I will check back in next week with another video. And like I said, if you have questions, just reach out to me. All right. Bye, everybody.